will literally show you the career that you've been wanting to see.
Time to experience the nooks and crannies of Korea as if with your own 2 feet on
K-Patch!
with Keewon.
It's the first day of a new season, and what better way to begin than with Keewon and her videos in K-Patch. Good morning.
Yay! Good
Yay!
morning.
Hooray!
Hooray, it's a Monday.
Yes, it is indeed. I do feel like it's a Monday today.
Yeah, why?
I don't know. I feel a bit heavy for some reason.
Right.
Like my shoulders feel weighed down, maybe by a brand new season of ARIRANG Radio, and hopefully we live up to expectations. Have you had a good week since we saw you, Keewon?
Yes, I have. I think this week was a very pleasant week just because the weather was getting a lot more warmer, except this weekend was super rainy, which was out of the blue, I thought.
Yeah, it was a bit random. It was like a lot of rain as well.
Lot of
from
rain.
Friday night maybe, and then Saturday was just like pouring with rain. Did you do anything or did you just stay indoors?
I literally stayed indoors, probably caught up on a couple films, movies.
Oh, nice. Anything that you remember watching, Keewon?
I've been actually watching a drama called Penthouse.
Oh, the Korean one.
Yeah, the Korean one.
Wow. We've got some fans and some haters among our listeners for saying it's a little bit extreme.
Yes, it is. I guess what you would call it in Korean is makjang drama.
Yeah, like those kind of daytime soaps, maybe.
Right. It's like super dramatic. But I love that kind of drama. I don't know why. It's like my kind of style.
So you're into it?
Just because I'm always on edge. I'm okay, what's going to happen next? What's going to happen next? And I like to feel that kind of excitement.
Have you only just recently started watching it from season 1 then?
No. So I actually finished it since the last episode was on Friday night.
Oh, that was for season 2,
yeah,
right?
that was for season 2.
So you finished it completely?
So I finished it completely.
Was it a good, satisfying end?
Yes. But also I'm like, there's going to be more.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Does it look like season 3 is being set up?
I think season 3 is coming soon. So I'm excited for that season. Don't know what's going to happen because it's already crazy as it is.
Wow.
But definitely a cliffhanger.
Yeah, many of you. Tropic Girl saying, who here has gotten Keewon roped into Penthouse? I think she was in it by herself.
Yes.
But yeah. Melita's saying it was a bit of a crazy ending to the second season.
It really was.
I am not going to get into that. I think the older I get, I just can't deal with too many ups and downs.
Right.
I need something more stable in a drama.
You get emotionally invested too, just because you're like watching it and you're like, oh my goodness, my heart is like beating.
Getting sucked into all the travesties of justice. I can't do that. My heart will give way, I feel. What did I do? I watched Logan on the weekend.
Oh, yeah, I saw that came out on Netflix.
Yeah, because it wasn't on there for ages.
Right.
I was talking about this the other day. I don't believe in free will like hardly at all anymore. It's just it's the first thing that came up on the flicks and I just clicked it.
Yeah.
It was a good film. It was really violent.
Really?
But it's quite emotional for a hero film. I hadn't seen it.
Was it a long film?
It was 2 hours and a half, yeah. Right. But it went by in a jiffy, and I do recommend it as long as you're not a child. You do not want to watch it then. Too much blood and guts.
Yeah.
Let's get on to today's hashtag, which is 장래 희망, or dream future job. So when you were a kid, Keewon, Cam says he wanted to be an astronaut. Did you have any like fanciful dreams like that, or something more down to earth?
I think I had like multiple dreams.
Oh, okay.
You know, when you're younger, you're like in class they have you like draw out your dream, like what you want to be when you grow up.
Sure.
I think a lot of it was like, first one was like, I wanted to be a painter. I wanted to be an artist.
Nice.
One time I wanted to be a chef. So there was like a multiple different, I guess, dreams, jobs that I have.
You went through stages.
I went through multiple stages. So yeah, now I'm just like confused. I'm like, what is it that I want to do now?
Well, today you've got your radio personality hat on. So
Yes,
we'll
I
be
do.
happy with that for the next half an hour or so.
Yeah.
So where did you go? Where are you going to take us for our first of the new season, K-Patch?
Yes, so I actually really enjoyed this trip this time. I remember last week I was like saying I enjoyed the other one, but this time I really enjoyed. I went to Nodeul.
Okay, if we do a little battle then, Nodeul Island, Nodeul Som versus the Sarangche Blue House, what wins? Because you did seem like you're really excited about that one last week as well.
Yeah, hands down, Nodeul Som.
Oh, wow. We've got a new winner.
Yes.
I think we should do this as a kind of side event to K-Patch. Like each time we'll see who wins and then who can be the season champion.
Ooh, that's a good one. Okay.
All right. So Nodeul Som is in the lead.
Yes.
This, introduce it. It's not an island like Jeju where it's big and you have to fly there or anything.
No, so this is an island that was actually put together in 1917, and it's actually an island that's in the middle of Han River. So it's an artificial island. It used to be like a picnic area, but then slowly it died down, and it wasn't until 2019 was when they revamped it and made it more into a music scene, an outdoor scene, so people can enjoy it more.
Oh, nice.
There's restaurants there, museums.
Okie dokie. So we're going to take a trip in your first video to this island itself in the Han River. Here it is. What a lovely view of Yeouido and the 63 gold building out there.
It's beautiful, especially when the sun is setting. But as you can see, this is Nodeul Som, and you can see the bridge right across from it.
So it cuts it in two kind of thing.
It does. And so that bridge actually connects Yongsan and Dongguk district.
Dongjak-gu, right?
Dongjak, yes.
Yeah, I
Dongjak
wonder
district.
what authority it falls under because it's in the middle of the river.
I
That's
know.
interesting. Maybe half-half.
And one fun fact is that this area was actually filmed with Startup.
Oh,
the Korean drama.
Susie.
Yeah.
It was filmed as like the backdrop to that
Yes.
hub, right? You're
So
right.
that's where they filmed Startup. And then there's like a plant bar.
Perfect
which,
for Arbor Day today.
I know. And downside is that they're not open.
Oh.
But you can go in and look around.
Okay.
They don't sell any plants. But this is the moonlight, the moon.
You can walk
statue.
in it.
Yes, you can walk in
wow.
it. And it lights up beautifully during the night. But during the day, it's also very magnificent as well.
Oh, wow. To be honest, I've driven past it and I wasn't that impressed. But up close,
Yes,
it
up
looks kind of
close.
cool.
Yeah, up close, it's very big. It's I think 12 meters in diameter.
Yeah, because from the road, it doesn't look that big. And it's like at ground level there. So you're
Yes.
kind of looking down at the moon. I was like, what is that?
Yeah.
But from this angle, it looks way nicer.
Yeah, from that angle is very nice, and you can see how it lights up during the night.
Oh.
And it has like a little bit of shade too to make it look more realistic.
Yeah, it looks like the actual surface of the moon. Are they
It
turning it on and off as well?
Yeah, it's like automatically turned on and off, and it's a beautiful spot to take a photo. And also, this kind of leads into our next segment, but
A blinged out ferry
this is where you ride the boat.
from that moon area.
From that moon area.
Really?
Yes. So it's a pier where you just wait when your time comes. Usually it gets there at 8:20, so there's only one time.
Oh, really? There's not multiple ferries throughout
There's
the day?
not multiple ferries
Just
throughout-
8:20
Just
in the
8:20.
evening?
Yes.
I didn't know until you were preparing this segment that there was a ferry from Nodeul Island at all.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't know that was a thing. But
It's very different because I know that they had multiple cruises. They had like the moonlight cruise, they had music cruise, and dinner cruise. So they have multiple cruises.
Yeah.
But this one, you start from Nodeul Island. You can start from Yeouido, and then it stops at Nodeul Island, and it goes back to Yeouido.
Ah, it kind of picks you up in the middle there. That's cool. So we'll show you more of the cruise in your second video, right?
Yes.
So that Nodeul Som Island, I hope you got a feel for it, guys. But it's just slap bang in the middle of that bridge. I think it's Dongjak-daegyo or Hangang-daegyo, one of the two.
Yeah, it is Hangang-daegyo.
Okay.
So it goes right through the middle of the island, which I think is kind of interesting because you can't get there by car. We were talking about this earlier.
Yeah, you can't park there. They're
Yes.
deliberately asking you to get public transport. Or the way I got there, I went there maybe a year and a half ago, 2 years ago. It was a bike ride, with the darangi.
Yeah.
That's perfect for that.
It's actually really nice because it is bike friendly as well.
How did you get there?
I got there by bus.
Okay.
So I got there by bus. So it wasn't that far for me. You can also get there by taxi because the taxi can just like quickly drop you off and you
Sure.
can get off.
Yeah.
So it's convenient for those who want to be able to get there. Definitely not car friendly.
Yeah,
for sure.
which is nice because otherwise you'd have to have cars like on the island itself
Yeah.
kind of blocking the way. But as you saw from Keewon's videos, it's very much pedestrian friendly. We've got a photo here to give you a better sense of it. So the side you showed us is nearer to us in the photo on this side side of the bridge.
Right.
The other side of the bridge, I think it's accessible. I think you can walk there, but it's more just like forest.
Yes. And I don't think there's much you can do there. So I think they kind of centered it so that they have this building in the center where I showed you previously a plant bar. And the plant bar is actually where they teach you about the different plants, how you can plant a plant.
Oh, nice.
But they're not open currently because of COVID.
But you can just wander around.
But you can wander around. They're not selling anything. And there's just a lot of things that you can do with inside that building that they have there.
Yeah, there's like cafes and restaurants in there, right?
Yeah, so they have cafes. Honestly, that cafe looks like a library to me.
Oh, nice.
Because it's laptop friendly. So you can definitely bring your laptop and work there, chill there. Not a lot of people, so definitely a perfect spot to like get your studies in or get your work in.
Yeah, and that may be a little bit affected by Corona, but also because it is a little tricky to get to compared to
I think
like
that's what it is.
just the Hun Riverside parks. I think it'll always be a little less populated, which is a nice thing. When we went, it was just the beginning of Corona, and they just shut down, but it was still there. The ice rink they had there in the wintertime.
Oh, yeah, I heard about that.
It was on that field that you showed in the video. It was just in that wide open space, and it looked so romantic at night time. And the lights, it just makes it beautiful, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Tropic Girl saying, look at the skyline. Yeah, your first shot with that Yuksan building, the 63 tower, looked stunning, didn't it?
Yeah.
We'll get to some more about Nodeul Island in our, part number 2 after some Sunmi. This one is linked to that beautiful sculpture. Features Lena, Porumdal, Full Moon. And everywhere on the application and V Live as well. Evie's on board from Poland. We've got Zia from the Philippines as well. You've been to Poland, right? You visited.
Yes.
We talked about it.
That's right.
The concentration camps.
Yes, I was actually at Krakow, and then I went to go to the concentration camp, which was about a bit of far. It was far away from Krakow.
I think you're the only person I know that's been to Poland, to be honest.
Oh, really?
Zia is from the Philippines. Have you been to the Philippines?
No, I haven't. I've always wanted to go to the Philippines.
I thought we were going to do a game to see that you'd been to every country that we've got on V Live. Not quite.
Have you been?
No, I haven't been to either, so I lose straight away. Jules on board saying, you guys look wonderful. Hearts to everyone. Oh, that's lovely. Thank you. And all of our listeners are so enamored with your video today. Siska's saying, it actually reminds me of the Han River area, the park area, where one of our guests, Alex, had a birthday party, like an open party, obviously pre-COVID.
Oh, okay. I was like, whoa.
Not during COVID times. But you said you've never been to this bridge part, didn't notice the round thing that is the island, Nodeul Island. You only remember the Bampo Bridge fountain show. Yeah, it's a bit further down, so towards Yeouido, that area. And it's very close to Yeouido.
It's very close. Yeah. And I actually didn't even notice it until, like, I had been there. I was like, oh, this is a place? I was like, wow, this is so cool.
Yeah, if you don't drive across the bridge, then it's hard to, like, kind of notice. Yeah, I would say. But it's beautiful.
It is. And then I got another one from Tropic Girl. Wow, love it, Keewon. OMG. Places to enjoy strolling with someone special.
I think so, with the lighting, right?
Yes.
Be a nice romantic walk, wouldn't it?
It would be. Also with your friends and family as well.
Yeah, Faz says, they talked about this island. You're right, being the shooting site for startup. Yeah, I think some of the restaurants and coffee shops and stuff are actually startups in there, but it's not like the hub that you saw in that Susie drama. Yeah.
Steve Fong says, wow, such a nice landing with the good scenery at night. It reminds me a little bit of Star Ferry in Hong Kong, but a little better.
Oh, yeah. I think Star Ferry's maybe got a longer tradition. But yeah, that ferry that you showed us from the outside, it looked pretty bling-bling with all the lights and everything.
It was pretty blinged out. It was definitely, they had lights going, they had music going. So you'll be able to see a little bit more of what the ship is like in the next clip.
Fantastic. So there's like a ticket area down there or something? Where do you get
So
to pay for
basically,
it?
I actually got this ticket online.
Okay.
So I bought
There's
this
no
ticket.
one checking like when you go down to that moon thing?
There is someone who
Okay.
checks. So, but that person is just there. And you actually don't even notice that he's standing there because it's so dark. And I didn't even notice. I was like, I think this is right. I think this is right. And then the guy just comes up to me. He's like, yeah, this is the spot. I was like, oh, okay.
It's like a secret ferry, it sounds like.
Yeah.
So there's not like a big like turnstile or ticket booth or anything like that?
No, not there. But if you go to Yeouido, so where we got dropped off, is where they have the big ticket booth. And I think it's under the company Eland Cruise.
Oh, yeah, that's the one that I took from Yeouido
Yes.
before. But our one didn't stop at Nodeul Island. Like, we just did a big loop. It was during the daytime as well, so it's maybe a different ferry loop.
This one's at night.
Okay.
Yeah, specifically at night.
And only one route from Nodeul to Yeouido.
So it's like Yeouido to Nodeul and then to Yeouido. But you can actually start from Nodeul if you like. But the best, how I did it was I actually purchased it online.
Yeah.
Just picked out a time that was, or picked out a day that was available.
Okay.
And I went.
So can you go down and walk around that beautiful moon sculpture without a ticket? Like,
Oh, yes. Yeah.
that's not a thing where
That's
you have to
not.
pay for entry.
No. It's just going onto the boat is where you
Okay.
pay for the entry.
Fantastic. All right, so we're going to pick up your second video on the boat itself
Yes.
at night time. Okay, let's check it out.
So you can see it's blinged out
So the top is like open, is it?
Yes, it's
and the
kind of
bottom is
where you get seated.
inside. Okay.
And so you can see the moon from on top of the boat.
You're saying goodbye.
Yes. And so inside there's a music.
I remember that. It was a bit
concert.
random, but it was nice.
It was really nice. I actually got a little emotional just
Oh.
because the music was so nice. The scenery, as you can see outside in the boat. But it was like also my first live concert since COVID happened.
Oh, that's meaningful, isn't
So
it?
I was like, oh my gosh, like I can't believe everything's kind of getting back to normal.
Yeah, so you can see there's quite a lot of people. There's not necessarily 2 meters distance there, but
Yes.
everyone's wearing their masks, and I guess there must be hand sanitizer. Were there any
There-
temperature checks for that?
Unfortunately, there wasn't.
just went on,
But
okay.
there was hand sanitizers, as you can see. But this is actually the top of the boat.
Quite
and
empty.
Quite empty.
Was it chilly?
But it wasn't that chilly.
Oh, nice.
It was really nice weather up there.
Why is
and
everyone
then-
staying downstairs?
I think they like the music.
That's true.
But I was able to get a 360 view of the beautiful city, get to see the bridges that light up at night.
Do a little dancing.
Do a little dancing. I honestly felt like I was in a club just because of the lighting that was going on.
I definitely don't want to go to a club with you, Keewon.
I'll be embarrassing. I was like, yes, come on, Peter.
That night view of Yeouido is
Yes.
beautiful. To be honest, like compared to Hong Kong and maybe some other places famous for its nightscape along the water, I often think Seoul is too spread out, like
It
the
is.
amazing night views.
Right.
Because you've got Gangnam, you've got Yeouido, you've got Jamsil, and they're all really far apart. But that area in particular,
Yeouido.
yeah, is one of the best nowadays with those new buildings that have been put up there.
The new
Looks
buildings
nice.
were actually really pretty because they had like a red, I guess, line that runs right through it.
That's where that new department store is, right?
And it was
at the
really
bottom.
nice.
Lovely stuff. How long are you on the ferry? Because Nodeul Island, like we said, is quite close to Yeouido.
It is. It's very close.
Does it not take like 2 seconds?
It's literally only 20 minutes. So it's a
Okay.
20-minute boat ride. So I think it's a good amount of time to be on a boat. But yeah, so I think it's 20 minutes from Yeouido to Nodeul, and then from Nodeul it's another 20 minutes.
So if you're on the round trip, which I guess the majority
Yes,
of people were, it's
were.
like a 40-minute ride.
Yeah, it
And
was a
it's
40-minute ride.
just to take in the view, isn't
Yeah.
it? There's like nothing really that you're doing. No one was feeding seagulls from the top deck?
No one. Well, I mean, would be no seagulls at night.
I'm guessing, yeah, maybe that's why, because it was the same boat, and you showed the snack corner in your
Yeah,
video. In the daytime, that's where you buy the mochi, the little like dried
yes,
anchovies.
yes.
And then you go up to the top and you just
like,
throw them
throw
over
it.
the side, and they catch them with their beaks. It's really fun.
Oh, you've done it?
Yeah, that when I went with the kids, that's what we did, and we spent loads of money. We kept on buying more and more snacks because they
That's
were
how
so
they get
keen.
to you. That's how they get to you.
Absolutely. And then sometimes they'll even come, the seagulls, and pluck it out your hand.
Oh, really?
And if you're not a fan of birds like my wife, you'll be screaming your head off. But our kids, they loved it so much.
Oh, that's nice.
How much was your ticket then for like 20 minutes on the boat?
Yeah, so for adults, it's about 8,000 won. For kids, it's actually 5,600 won.
All right.
So it kind of it's a little bit pricey, but for what you get, the view and just like the experience on it, it's not bad.
The appearance of the night scene from the river, that's what you're paying for. You can't get that from the car, even if you're driving on the like riverside
No,
highways.
you can't.
It's a completely different view that you get. You said there are different programs programs on the boat. So you got the music cruise one, I assume.
No, I think it was like the story cruise. So that's what it's called apparently. But the music cruise is a little different. The music cruise, I think, plays more music. I think they have a longer session.
Okay.
So there's the music cruise, the moonlight cruise, the dinner cruise, the lunch cruise. So there are multiple cruises that you can choose from.
So the lunch and dinner ones, I assume, include some food or something.
Yes, they definitely provide the food, and I think they have. I don't know what there's like the performance one too with the cooking.
Oh, really?
So they have that as well. Not too sure if they have it now, but I know that they had it on a pamphlet.
Oh, wow. Really interesting stuff. Yeah, I've seen the dinner cruise. That's one thing I might want to do because I think you're on the water then for a good hour and a half or something. And it's really calm on the Han River as well. It's not like you'll get seasick. Well, unless you're super sensitive, I suppose, right?
Yeah, and it's definitely a perfect date spot for those who are dating currently or who has someone special in mind.
You might want to woo someone on that boat. Take them for a surprise.
You definitely will win their hearts for sure.
I think that's a great idea because from Yoido, you know you're getting on a boat because it's kind of a dock area. But from Nodeul Island, you'd be like, let's go on a little picnic here. And then surprise them, walk down to the moon. And then the boat pulls in.
That's what a lot of people did, actually. The people who got on, they actually picnicked in front of on the island.
What a great idea.
And then they watched the sunset. And then they went on the boat. And I was like, that's like the perfect date course for anybody.
8:20, you say? Okay,
8:20.
That's what you got to time your date to.
Yes.
Aaron Humphreys on board, who's in Korea, I think working here, but studying in the evenings. He said, honestly, love how much there is to do at night here. Looking forward to seeing more once COVID is over. Yes, it's not as much as it used to be, Aaron, so you might be shocked at the choices that you will have, hopefully, sooner rather than later. We'd love to see your photos and videos. Anything river-related, boat-related, island-related is fine. Send it in. Yeah. Kakao Talk, our username is DailyK, and that's how you can get in touch. We've got Polbalgan Sachungi as our next track, Bowl 4 with Yagyong or Starlight. Tropic Girls saying, Keewon, I'm sure this will become one of your most favourite memories during COVID. I think I would be crying too with the emotional music.
Oh, yes, I was. I was tearing up just because the music was so lovely.
Oh.
And it just felt like everything was like slowly getting back to normal, which is something that, everyone wishes for.
Yeah, for sure. And there's something about the live music. It just captivates you, right? Because they're playing. If it's just on a speaker, no matter how loud, you can ignore it. But my kids, when we went on that daytime one, it's like songs that they'd never heard, but they were just really staring, almost like, those people, what are they doing? Like just singing to us, and they loved it so much. Oh, thanks for the message, Kay.
And then I got another one from Sophie. Oh, it's so romantic. I definitely want to go there. If in Korea, beautiful view, very romantic. I'm getting silly ideas now. Eunho.
Oh, one of your favorite, I think, K-pop stars.
That's what I'm assuming.
Lure him onto the boat. Say it's a fan meeting or something like that.
Yes, and he'll be there right for you.
And yeah, it will work, as Keewon said, almost guaranteed if you plan the picnic and the boat ride surprise.
There's no way anyone would not be able to captivate anybody's heart that way.
There you go. You've had the seal of approval from Keewon. If you want your money back, ask for her to give you the refund.
Yes.
When you get off at Yoido, is that the part which is close to the 63 building? The port?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Oh, 63 building?
Yeah. How did you get home from there?
From there, I actually... that was a challenging part, actually. Since I had to go find public transportation, I had to go out of Hangang. So it actually stops right at the Hangang area, that port.
Sure.
And then I walk out, and then I just try to find the closest bus station, and it did take some time to find the closest bus station from there.
If it's where I got the boat, it's not right by the 63 building, but that would be the biggest landmark. And there's Yoi Naru Station, and there's also a bridge that goes over the Han River.
Yes.
But it does take you a bit of time because the park area is quite wide from the river to the road. Yeah.
It is.
And so it's a nice stroll if you're knowing where you're going, but maybe if you're a bit lost, you could be like, where on earth am I? Yeah, there's no bus there or anything.
There is no bus. And I don't think a bus can come inside to Hangang in the first place.
That's for the cars and everything. You're right.
You'd have to walk.
That's
the bus
one
station.
part of Korea that maybe could do with a bit of improvement. Maybe they could have a little bus because we have Mao buses all over the city. So if they could come to the Han River and pick
That
you
would
up
be really
there.
convenient.
I know at the Bumpo Bridge, they have a bus that takes people who go to the wedding there at the Sebit Islands. Like a kind of giant golf buggy it is, and it'll take you to the road.
Okay.
So maybe they could have something like that. Maybe they already do, but we're just unaware.
Maybe that's what it is.
Goho X Vector says, my cousin's wedding reception was on a river boat. It was probably one of the best weddings I'd ever gone to. Oh, nice.
That's so nice. That's so romantic on a boat.
You do hear about like boat parties and
yes,
stuff,
I do.
right? Have you ever been on one, Keewon?
No, I've never been on one.
I want to be on one.
Yeah, I want to be on one as well.
Although having said that, I did go to a wedding on the Han River. They have... Again, it's near Bumpo, but they're permanently docked like restaurants or wedding venues, and they don't move anywhere. So it doesn't feel like you're sailing or anything, but it's a beautiful view of the river and everything.
Wow.
That was a nice wedding.
Was it outdoors or just like, was it indoors?
There is a deck area on the top, which is outdoors, yeah. And we also, as a Daily K team, we went to Bomb's wedding, who used to be a guest on the show at the Sebit Island. That is amazing because they put like about a 10 or 15 meter giant poster of your photo, whoever's getting married, on the building. And everyone can see you, like who's at the Han River. You feel like a celebrity.
Do they still do that now? That's like kind of like
I think so. Yeah, it might be a bit of like phobia to some people, but I thought it was amazing. I think they must give you that as well. But I don't know where you could put it up. It's too big.
That's interesting.
There you go.
I got another one from Iris Dupont. Wow, did you see the size of that cotton candy? Phew, this looks so nice on the boat. Night scenes of the city from the water is so beautiful.
I think in the boat, yeah, maybe they were selling some cotton candy.
Oh, I didn't even notice.
They often have it in cups here in Korea as well to keep it nice and tidy. Delicious stuff to try on there, but in COVID times, I guess they encourage you to cut back a little bit.
Right.
And Siska's saying, wow, a cool boat. I've never tried it yet. Do try the Yuramsan. I'd say go on one of the longer rides from Yoi, and then it takes you right all the way down the Han River and back again. Yeah.
I definitely recommend that too. I really want to do that next time.
Okay, with that other half that you trick onto the boat, maybe, Keewon.
Yes. I got another one from Steve Fong. Wow, nice live entertainment. And another one from Faz Benchmark. That is the mood to sit on a ferry ride.
Absolutely. Likolai giving it a good name. The Love Boat, we could call it.
Oh, man.
I don't know. That sounds a little creepy in some ways. We've got some stuff from our listeners. So Sophie from Kotkinabalu, I guess that's a great place to do a bit of sailing and stuff from. So you've sent in these boat pictures. You said... in Kotkinabalu, the only boat rides we have is going to the 5 islands that we have by sea. In front of the city, our islands are Pulau Gaya, Pulau Manukan, Pulau Sapi, Pulau Mamutik, and Pulau Suluk. It's on an hourly basis. You can choose any of the islands that we want to visit, spend a day on there, and then come back. And some islands have small hotels and chalets.
What a dream.
It does seem like a dream, doesn't it? You've made us super jealous, Sophie.
I know. I want to travel now.
Wow. And you said the cost of the ride are 30 RM to 40 RM. I have no idea, but I'm going to pay it.
Yeah.
Whatever that is. Those beautiful beach-like waters.
So you can spend an entire day there.
Oh, it could be like your own deserted island, couldn't it? That sounds brilliant.
Man, I want to go travel.
I don't think there's any sand on the Nodeul Island, right?
No sand.
No sand castles or bikinis or anything,
no,
unfortunately.
there's grass.
The next best thing to sand.
Yes.
There you go.
And then I got another one from Ying. Took a river cruise at Taiwan Sun Moon Lake. I miss Taiwan so much.
Wow, do they have a giant lake on Taiwan? I didn't know that has a cruise because Korea has some lakes, but not big enough to have a big cruise, I don't believe. That's a sizable boat.
That's a huge lake.
Wow. And there's another photo looking out to it as well. Yeah, goodness gracious. That looks nice.
That looks very nice. And then another one she says she sent in. Boat ride scam in Bangkok. We were charged 10 or 100 times the actual price. But the views were actually nice.
Oh, wow. You're going like through canals, it looks like there.
That's nice, though.
With buildings on either side. Yeah, forget that you got scammed in. It does
Just
look
experience.
lovely. Yeah, it looks like a longboat because we have canals in the UK that you can take like tourist boats down. But in Korea, not so many canals, I don't think.
Yeah, not so much.
And we've got the streams like Cheonggyecheon that you showed us, but there's no
Right, but
boats
that's-
going down there.
No boats. Maybe you can put a paper boat.
That's about all you could fit, I reckon.
Yes.
Amazing stuff. Thank you for your content as ever, listeners. Have you got any boats back home that you went on, Keewon, or anything in California?
I remember going to a small island on like a little south from where I live called Catalina Island.
Oh, what's there?
Yeah, so there is just like a beautiful island. I remember it was when I was younger, so I don't remember much of it, but I do remember I took a boat. It took, I think, maybe an hour, 2 hours, I want to say,
Wow.
on the boat. But the island was magnificent. I did a lot of water activities. I was like paddle boarding, snorkeling.
It's like a
little
resort
bit.
kind of thing.
Kind of. Yeah, I think there is a resort there, but we only did a day trip. So we like went early in the morning, just did all the activities, had food there. They had restaurants there.
Sounds a bit like that Kota Kinabalu
It does.
experience.
It does.
All right, well, I'm the only one who should be jealous because in the UK, we don't have anywhere like that. It's too cold. We've got the River Thames, so that would be the
Yeah.
equivalent. And you have Thames cruises as well, which is quite nice. But one of the really interesting ones, I think it's in Liverpool and maybe some other places, they have the duck bus. And so it will pick you up on the land and then it just drives into the
it's
water.
one of those.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to go on them. Are they really cool?
I've not been either. I've just seen the photos and videos. I've been on one at Eland where they have a safari and that goes into the river.
Oh,
It's
yes.
pointless. Like there's no reason for it. It's just to show you this is what you can do. And I
Right.
think they closed it down because it was too inefficient. Like it used a lot of diesel fuel.
Right.
But it
Makes
was kind of fun. You kind
Yeah.
of go from bus to boat and then back to bus again. But again, yeah, no real point in it.
Definitely for entertainment.
There you go. If you're on a holiday, no better excuse for it than to waste a bit of money, I suppose. Thank you, as ever, Keewon, for coming in with these delightful
course.
videos. So the champion is Nodeul Island.
Yes,
Who's,
for right now.
Who's the challenger next week then?
Next week. So I don't know if people have watched the drama Vincenzo.
Vincenzo. With Song Joong-gi.
Yes.
And I think, some of our listeners, and Chihi was watching it, our Thursday guest, saying it's
okay.
quite a funny take on like the mafia
It
and a
is.
lawyer.
It is.
Are we bringing Song Joong-gi into the studio?
I wish. I really wish we could. But no, I'm actually going to go to a couple of the places where they filmed the drama.
Oh, wow.
So I'm excited to go, film that and
Not
show
to
you guys
Italy.
next week. No, not to Italy. I wish to
again.
Italy as well. I really dream
When our
that.
budget is bigger and COVID is over, fingers crossed, Keewon. All right, we'll
Fingers
look
crossed.
forward to that and have a great week.
All right, bye.
Here's some Henry. I think Sarah will enjoy this if she's listening, featuring Rockaberry. Don't forget, Hangang Bum.